Hi, today I want to talk to you about Mashiach, the Messiah, Christ in Greek. The reason I want to cover this issue is because there are many erroneous notions floating around out there about what the Messiah will do when he comes. And I think the issue deserves some clarity. One litmus test on whether one has a healthy belief in the Messiah or any Judaic belief for that is if it ultimately makes the believer a better person and contributes in making the world a better place. We Jews believe that the Torah was given to us in order for us to perfect this world and to bring all of its inhabitants under the Shekhinah. We also believe that truth and altruism is a signature of our God, and that every rabbinic teaching that does not encourage either of these two lacks divine inspiration. So, what's the Messiah? Well, the word Mashiach means one who is anointed with oil. For example, all the anointed priests and kings in biblical Israel, just like Saul, the first king, was designated as God's anointed. But actually, the idea of Mashiach really doesn't appear in the literal written Torah at all. The concept only later appears in the prophets, the writings, and rabbinic literature. The idea of not just an anointed king, but the anointed king from the line of Judah who will rebuild the broken line of Jewish kings and institute a messianic age where nation will not war against nation and the lion will finally lie down with the lamb, is truly a Jewish one. Sounds nice, right? Sounds almost like what Jesus instituted? I don't think so. So I'll leave my argument on why Jesus, although being a good man, was not qualified to be the Messiah for another video. Actually, many rabbis and Jewish movements erroneously conceive concepts of what the Messiah is supposed to do based on the message they've tolerated from Christians throughout the centuries. It's become a battle between Jew and Christian where one is telling the other, my Messiah can beat up your Messiah. Actually, it's been those Jews who were surrounded mostly by Christians who've anticipated the Messiah the strongest, while Sephardim have been less persistent on the issue. Great Rabbanim such as the Rambam paint a real, practical, rational view of the coming king, perhaps due to their Islamic surroundings. It's gotten so bad that it's almost better for our character's sake that Jews do not believe in a Messiah than to embrace the one described by most Jews. Also, our erroneous notions of a Messiah can actually give Christians credibility on their views of the so-called Christ. This has also been a major stumbling block when I try to discuss Judaic concepts with Christians who are familiar with the Chabad movement. So again, my intention with this video is to clarify and help instill a religiously healthy view of the Messiah. Let me try to explain a little further. In this age, with all these financial bailouts, we're constantly reminded on how being given things that we haven't earned makes us worse people. Unfortunately, in the same way, the average Jew awaits a heavenly bailout in the person of the Messiah and the age he will usher in. Jews act like existence is a movie that they caught only halfway through, like the world began from the 10th century on, and missed the whole reason and purpose they were created for. Many Jews behave like our God is a Jew himself and that he shows favoritism to those born of Jewish women. The idea that God would overlook the deeds of his people and their failure to impact the world with his Torah and suddenly bail them out does not seem like the God we find in Scripture. Again, this is not the same God who desires goodness and obedience, diligence and faithfulness, who hates sin and delights in all that is holy. My friend, I'm here to remind you that God is not a Jew. He does not care who we or our mothers are, and he will not bail us out. Let me give you a synopsis of Jewish history, past and future. Again, these are not my ideas, but Torah. Abraham first chose God. God repaid the favor by choosing Abraham and his descendants to be a light to the world. He equipped us for this mission by giving us a Torah on Mount Sinai and the land of Israel in the center of the world, where east met west and south met north. We started out on the right path, described of the golden ages of King Solomon and King David. And suddenly the light went out. But the Almighty made provision, just like a father who's trying to teach his child to swim may just throw him into the water. Our Father, blessed be He, threw us into Galus to be that light that we failed to be in the land of Israel. You see, all the pieces fit together like an extravagant puzzle, and it's all revealed in Torah. And no, God would not bail us out. The only options is for the Jews to repair the world through Torah and then institute a messianic age of peace, which will be ruled from the center of the world, the land of Israel, by the righteous king from the line of Judah, who will be the Messiah. That's it. Nothing spiritual or mystical about it. Torah, the proper worship of God, and loving deeds, as it says in Perkavos. Those are the keys, and a healthy view of the Messiah, which is the ultimate plan of our God and the reason that we were appointed. Let me try to cover some erroneous views on the Messiah. One of the first erroneous views of the Messiah is that his coming is near. Like irresponsible laborers, we want to get paid before the job is done. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, the Messiah is not coming for a long time. Jewish history has actually taught us that with much messianic expectation comes much disaster. One of the main reasons rabbinic sources are filled with so many contrary opinions on this issue is ultimately to test our intentions, to make sure that they're for the sake of heaven. Because my accusations on those who hold erroneous beliefs on the Messiah is not that there is no scriptural or rabbinic basis for those beliefs, because there are. However, holy theological discernment is only possible when we first grasp the concept that our God is a just and faithful judge who sees the potential in all his creatures, the potential to come to the realization of him and his Torah and be blessed. Another erroneous view on the Messiah is the idea that we can force his coming by means other than the ones we described, such as forcing our way into the land of Israel and actually secluding ourselves from the world we're supposed to be repairing. That's why the current state of Israel, the way it exists today, cannot last. As a matter of fact, we Jews should not be preoccupied at all with the idea of Jewish survival. If we are truly God's appointed, we should focus on our mission of repairing the world and let God ensure our survival. If we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, we will survive. Because ultimately, what's the point of being a Jew without a mission? It's like a body without a soul. It's useless. So my friends, I'm sorry to say, the Messiah is not arriving for a long time. Till we see Jews impacting the world and non-Jews running to them, grabbing onto their seat, begging them to lead them, the blessed age will not come. If you're not a Jew and you're watching my video, today I want to invite you to join the cause. I want to invite you to become a full Jew through conversion. You can become an inheritor to all the blessings in our Torah. I want to encourage you today to leave your life of sin behind and embark on a new journey. If you're interested in learning more about converting to Judaism, I want you to call your local Orthodox rabbi. Also, for more information, you could visit our website, bejewish.org. There you will find books, audio, and video that can help you on your journey. Thank you.